Hello everyone and welcome to Home is Where the Heart Opener Is. We have a really exciting class in store for you today, so I can't wait to get started. We are going to start with a strap, and then we're also going to have that opportunity to use a couple of blocks throughout the practice. So go ahead and grab your props and join me on your mat. We're going to get started laying on our backs. So when you're ready, go ahead and stretch out long along your mat. Reaching from fingertip to toe tip, take a big inhale here. Exhale, sigh it all out. You can bring those arms along your side. We're just going to take a few deep breaths here to settle into our mats. Take a big inhale, fill up as big as you can. Exhale, sigh it all out. Another big inhale, expanding the ribs and the chest. Exhale, sigh it all out. We're going to take a few more breaths to the count of 3 on each inhale and exhale all together. So when you're ready, let's inhale it for 2, 3. Hold at the top and exhale it out for 2, 3. Hold at the bottom. Let's do 4 counts this time. Inhale for 2, 3, 4. Hold at the top. Exhale it out for 2, 3, 4. Hold at the bottom. One more time. Inhale for 2, 3, 4. Hold at the top. Exhale it out for 2, 3, 4. Hold at the bottom. And then go ahead and return to the natural state of your inhales and exhales. Take about 2 to 3 breaths to continue to settle into your practice. And then when you're ready, go ahead and flutter your eyelids open if they were shut and reach for the strap. We're going to start with our right leg. Go ahead and bend that right knee in towards your chest, and then take about the center of the strap right under the ball of your foot, and then stretch that right leg up towards the sky. We're going to start with some hamstring stretches here. So grabbing both ends of the strap with your right arm, take a big inhale and press the ball of the foot into the strap, really engaging through that hamstring, and then relaxing those muscles, and take a gentle pull on your exhale. Maybe a nice stretch along that right hamstring. So let's continue through that again. Let's inhale and press into the strap. Exhale to gently pull, and go through a few rounds of those at your own pace. Remember to keep that left hip planted firmly in the ground, left foot flexing up towards the sky. Really just opening up through that right hamstring. Let's do one more inhale and exhale. And then return that right foot above the right hip. And then from here, go ahead and turn the right foot out a little bit, pointing that toe to like 1:30, 2 o'clock-ish. And then begin to drop that right foot over to your right side, opening up through the inner thighs here. You can do the same push-pull action, pushing through the strap on your inhale and relaxing on the exhale. Again, keeping that left hip planted firmly in the mat. Make sure you're not toppling over too much to the right. Take another breath here. All right, your next inhale brings that foot all the way back up above your right hip. And then from here, we're going to start to get into the IT bands a little bit. So take an inhale and pressing into that strap, and then bring that toe over your left hip. So you should start to feel this along the outer right hip and IT band. Making sure that right hip this time is pressing into the mat still. And right foot pressing into the strap. You should really feel your IT bands lighten up here. another inhale here all together. And then go ahead and let that foot drop over to the left side. You can let your hip lift up off the mat this time. Just getting a little juicier version of that IT band stretch here. Make sure you're still continuing to keep that right leg engaged, pressing into the strap. We'll stay for another breath here. All right, and your inhale lifts you back up through center. Okay, let's go ahead and take another inhale, pressing into that strap. Exhale, pull it, gently pull it in for the hamstring stretch again. See if you're able to create a little bit more space. That thigh might be coming closer to your chest this time. All right, go ahead and release that, and then we'll switch the feet out. So taking that strap off the right foot, extending the right leg. Now we'll bend at the left knee and bring that strap over the ball of the left foot, extending that left foot up towards the sky. Remember to keep that right foot flexed and right hip pressing into the mat. And then from here, we'll go ahead and start pressing that left foot into the strap on our inhales. And then exhale, release, and gently pull. So you can go through a few rounds of that at your own pace. Opening up through our left hamstring this time. All right, let's take one more big inhale, pressing into that strap. Exhale, release. Okay, bring that left foot over the left hip this time, and then we'll turn the left toes out a little bit towards our left, about 10:30, 11 o'clock-ish, and then go ahead and let that left foot drop over to the left side. Remember to keep that right hip pressing in towards the mat. We don't want the left leg to completely fall over. We've got that strap supporting us here, so make sure you're getting a nice gentle pull. Opening up through our inner thighs and hips. We'll stay here for 2 more breaths. All right, your next inhale brings that left leg up, and we'll start to move that toe over our right hip, starting to get into the IT bands. Remember to pressing that left hip into the mat, and then we'll start to press that left foot into the strap. You should start to feel this stretch through your outer hip and IT band on your left side this time. All right, let's take one more big inhale here. Exhale, you can let that left hip lift up, let that right foot drop a little, or left foot drop a little bit more over to your right. A little juicier version of this stretch. All right, couple breaths here. Okay, your next inhale brings that left foot back up through center, and then we'll take one final hamstring stretch. Take a big inhale, pressing into that strap. Exhale, gentle pull. Bring that knee a little closer to your chest. Hopefully you've created a little bit more space here. Inhale all together. All right, exhale, go ahead and remove the strap. You can place that strap off to the side of your mat. We're not going to be using that again in class today. And then from here, go ahead and take another stretch out long, stretching all the way fingertip to toe tip. And exhale, bring those knees in towards your chest. You can rock a little side to side to relieve the low back. And then from here, go ahead and grab the backs of your thighs, bringing your chest to your knees, and we'll take a few rocks and rolls. Meeting up in a high boat pose. So when you land in boat pose, you've got a few options here. You can bring your hands down to the mat for some support, or behind your legs, or you can reach those arms out in front of you. Make sure you're lifting the chest up and we want those shins in line with our mat. Take a big inhale here, lifting the chest up towards the sky. Exhale, lower that all the way down for low boat. All right, inhale, lifting it back up for high boat. And then exhale it back for low boat. Let's do one more of those. Inhale up for high boat. Exhale, low boat. All right, inhale it back up one last high boat. And in this last high boat, we're gonna go ahead and see if you can straighten out your legs. We'll go ahead and grab those big toes with our peace sign fingers. And if you want a little bit more here, you can try to straighten your legs out. Inhale, lifting up high through that chest, really engaging your core here. And if you want even more, you can begin to open those legs out to the side, and then using your big toes to kind of pull your chest through the center for a wide leg boat. All right, let's stay for one more inhale here. Exhale, bringing those legs back towards center, bending the knees. We can take a few rocks and rolls again. We will meet up in a forward fold at the top of our mat. All right, in that forward fold, you want your feet about hips width distance apart or a little wider. You can heel toe your feet out a little wider. And then you can ragdoll those arms or frame your head, grabbing for opposite elbows. Rocking side to side, just letting the spine decompress a little bit here. One more big inhale and exhale it out. On your next inhale, go ahead and take a halfway lift and heel toe those feet back to about hips width distance. Exhale, forward fold again. On your next inhale, root to rise slowly, lifting up vertebrae by vertebrae. Your head should be the last thing to lift. Stretching those arms out overhead. And then swan dive forward fold on the exhale. All right, inhale, halfway lift, finding a flat back. Exhale, plant those hands, stepping back for plank pose. Stay for that inhale in plank, and then we're going to lower through our chaturanga. Inhale for up dog or a cobra, and then exhale for down dog. And we're going to cycle through another sun A, but let's just take a moment in this down dog to pedal out our feet. You can shift your hips from side to side, take whatever you need to warm up your first down dog of the day. All right, all together, let's take a big inhale and bend those knees for bear pose. Exhale, step those feet to hands. Take a big inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms reach all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant those hands, step back for plank pose. Cycling through your vinyasa. So on your exhale, lowering through chaturanga. Inhale for up dog. Exhale for down dog. Go ahead and take a few breaths here. All right, we're going to start to warm up those hips a little bit. Take a big inhale and lift that right leg up for three-legged dog. And then go ahead and bend at the knee, opening those hips up towards the right side of the room. And then you can take a few hip circles here. Or if you want to stay stationary, just squeeze that heel towards your glute. We'll take one more hip circle if you're doing those. And then on your inhale, meeting back up in three-legged dog. Exhale, bring that knee forward towards your nose for a crunch. And then straighten it back up for three-legged dog on your inhale. Exhale, bring that knee over to your right elbow. Inhale it back up for 3. Exhale, knee to left elbow. And inhale it back up for 3. All right, one more big exhale, bring that knee into your nose, and then we'll just step that foot right next to our right thumb, finding a runner's lunge. Look up, chest up, get long. And then we'll lower that left knee down towards the mat, flipping to the left, the top of the left foot. And on your inhale, you can lift your chest off for a low lunge. And this low lunge, arms are yogi's choice. You can cactus, find a slight back bend. You can just continue to reach overhead, take a bind, press the right thigh away. We've got about 5 or 6 breaths here, just to work on opening up through that left hip flexor. Remember to keep the top of the left foot pressing into the mat, keeping that left hip flexor engaged. All right, one more big inhale, reaching up all together. Exhale, planting those hands back down on the mat to frame the right foot. And then flipping to the ball of the left foot, lifting the left knee up for a runner's lunge again. And then this time on our next inhale, sweep that right arm up towards the sky for a twisted lunge. Spinning that chest towards the right side of the room. You can find some movement here. And then rooting down through the palm of the left hand, we're going to begin to spin to the pinky toe side of that left foot. And you can walk that right foot out, either right in front of your hips, or stacking that right foot on top of the left for a side plank. Take a big inhale here, lift those hips up towards the sky. And then if you want, you can also move into a tree leg, or if Wild Thing is in your practice, feel free to drop that right leg behind you, lifting those hips up for Wild Thing. All right, when you're ready, flipping back over to a plank pose. You can cycle through your vinyasa. All right, kneeling back up in down dog. We'll go ahead and do that on the other side this time. So take a big inhale, lifting that left leg up towards the sky. And then bending at the knee, opening the hip up to the left side of the mat. Go ahead and take a few hip circles here. Opening up through our left hip this time. Or you can just stay stationary and squeeze that left heel towards your glute. All right. On your next inhale, let's square off for three-legged dog. Exhale, crunch, bring that knee towards your nose. Inhale for 3. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale it up for 3. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. One more big inhale, back up for 3. Exhale, bring that knee towards your nose and step that foot all the way through right next to your left thumb. Look up, chest up, get long for runner's lunge. And go ahead and place that right knee down, flipping to the top of the right foot. Inhale, lifts your chest up, low lunge. You've got the same arm options here. You can press that thigh away, continue to reach up, cactus or goalpost, add a slight back bend. We've got 5 or 6 breaths to play around here. All right, another big inhale here. Exhale it all out. On your next inhale, let's lift those arms up all together. Exhale them down, framing that left foot. And then go ahead and flip to the ball of the right foot, lifting the right leg up for a runner's lunge. Rooting into that right palm of the palm of your right hand, lifting that left arm all the way up to the sky for a twisted lunge. Really finding length across your chest. And then from here, again, rooting into the palm of the right hand, you want to spin to the pinky toe side of the right foot, walking that left foot out in front of your hip, or even stacking it above your right. Or a side plank here. If you want to add on a little more, you can add those tree legs, or if you've got Wild Thing in your practice, you can drop that left foot back behind you, reaching back for Wild Thing. Flipping back over to plank pose when you're ready. You can cycle through your vinyasa or just knee up and down dog. All right, we've got about 5 breaths here to settle back into our down dog. So you can go ahead and drop your knees, finding a child's pose or grab a sip of water. All right, let's take 2 more breaths here. When you're ready, we will meet up in down dog. All right, everyone's in down dog. Let's go ahead and take a big inhale, lifting that right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, step that right foot through right next to your right thumb for a runner's lunge. We're just gonna stay here for a quick breath to set up for crescent. So go ahead and make sure your left foot is flexed and your heel stacking over the ball of your foot. Begin to engage your belly, lifting it off of the thigh. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up to the sky for crescent lunge. Checking in with our alignment really quick. We want those hips facing the front of the mat, shoulders stacking above our hips, arms reaching up towards the sky. Take another inhale here, and then exhale, hinging at the hips, sweeping those arms back, finding a nice arrow lunge, getting long all the way from the crown of our head to our heel. All right, let's take another inhale here, and then shifting our weight to our right foot, begin to press off from the left, lifting up and off for the right for warrior 3. This is another great spot to add some blocks. So if you've got those blocks in front of you, you can go ahead and place them under each of your shoulders, and then place the palms of your hands on top of each of those blocks. Or if you'd like to float those hands, you can bring them to prayer hands or airplane. Take a big inhale here, really getting long from the crown of the head to the foot, making sure those hips are squaring off towards the mat. And then on your exhale, we'll fold forward for standing splits. Again, we still want our hips squaring off towards the mat here. You don't want them opening out to the left quite yet. Keep a nice slight bend in that right knee, lifting that left leg up. Take one more big inhale here. And then exhale, dropping that left foot along the mat back behind you. Bring that right foot back to meet it and cycle through our vinyasa. All right, let's get into that on the left side this time. So take an inhale, lifting that left leg up for 3-legged dog. Exhale, step that foot forward for runner's lunge. Setting up for crescent on this side. Checking in with that right foot, making sure the heel is stacking over the ball of the foot. Take a big inhale here, lifting that belly off the thigh, lifting up for crescent lunge. Again, making sure those hips are squaring off towards the front of the mat. Take a big inhale, lifting those arms all the way up to the sky. Stay for that exhale. All right, inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinging forward, stretching those arms back along your sides for arrow lunge. Getting long all the way from the crown of your head all the way to your feet. Take a big inhale here, and then start to shift the weight into that left foot, lifting off from the right for warrior three. Again, you can grab those blocks here, placing them under your shoulders, and placing the palms of your hands on the blocks for some additional support. Or if you want the balance challenge, you want to float those hands a bit, you can bring them to prayer hands or airplane. Lifting up through the chest, looking forward, take a big inhale. Exhale, folding that back down for standing splits. Lifting that right leg up towards the sky, bringing that chest to your thigh. Take a big inhale here. And exhale, go ahead and step that right foot back behind you, bring the left foot to meet it, and cycle through your vinyasa. All right, let's go through that flow again. We'll add on a little bit of different stuff this time. So take a big inhale, lift that right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, stepping that right foot next to your right thumb. Your inhale lifts you up for crescent lunge. Stay for that exhale. One more big inhale here. Exhale, sweeps you back for arrow lunge. Getting long all the way from the crown of our head to our foot. Beginning to shift that weight into your right foot, pressing off through that left for warrior three. All right, inhale, getting long. Again, this is a good spot to add those blocks. If you don't already have them, you might want one block here. We're going to start to move into half moon. So placing that block right under your right shoulder, or a little closer towards the center of your chest. And then you can start to spin those hips open to the left side of your mat, straightening out through that left leg. You want that heel in line with your hip. And then from here you can extend that arm up towards the sky, opening up across your chest for half moon. Take another big inhale here. Exhale, bring that left hand back around for a quick warrior three, and then folding back into our standing splits. Bringing that chest closer to your thigh. Take another inhale here. Exhale, drop that left foot back, bring the right to meet it, and you can cycle through your vinyasa or just meet up in down dog. All right, let's get into that half moon on the other side this time. Inhale, lifting that left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, stepping that left foot through for a quick runner's lunge. Your inhale lifts you up for crescent. Stay for that exhale. Sweeping those arms back, finding arrow lunge. And then when you're ready, shifting that weight to your left foot, beginning to press off with your right, lifting up for warrior three. Inhale, lifting the chest, flexing through that right foot. Stay for the exhale. And then make sure you've got that block close by, placing that block about under your shoulder, and then starting to open those hips to the right side of the room this time. Take a big inhale here, stretching that arm up to the sky, finding length across your chest. Making sure that heel staying in line with your hip, a nice straight line in that right leg. One more big inhale here. Exhale, bring that right hand back down, a quick warrior three, and then folding down into our standing splits. Inhale, lifting that right leg up as high as you can. Exhale, bringing that chest towards your thigh. One more big inhale here. Exhale, steps that right foot all the way back. Left foot comes to meet it, and you can cycle through your vinyasa or just meet up in down dog. We'll take a couple breaths here in down dog. All right, going through that sequence again and then adding on something new this time. So lift that right leg up towards the sky. Step that right foot next to your thumb. Inhale lifts you up for crescent. Stay for that exhale. One more inhale, sweeping back, finding arrow lunge. Stay for a breath here. And then pressing off with that right foot, lifting the left for warrior three. All right, now this time we're gonna revolve that half moon. So again, make sure you've got that block handy. You want it about in the center of your chest. You're gonna place that left hand on the block this time and begin to spin the chest open to the right side of the room, finding a revolved half moon. Make sure you're flexing through that left foot and your hips are staying in line with one another and that left hip's not dropping down too much. Inhale, lifting up on that right arm. And you're going to stretch across the chest. All right, exhale, brings that right hand back down to meet the left, and then we'll fold for that standing split. Okay, take a big inhale here. Exhale, drops that left foot back, right foot to meet it, plank pose. You can cycle through your vinyasa or meet up in down dog. All right, one more time through. Let's get into that revolved half moon on the other side now. Lifting that left leg up towards the sky, stepping that left foot through to the left thumb. Your inhale lifts you up for crescent. Stay for that exhale. Inhale to reach. Exhale, sweep those arms back, finding arrow lunge. Getting long crown of the head to the foot, shifting your body weight forward, pressing off for warrior three. All right, go ahead and grab that block, placing it under the center of your chest with that right hand, lifting up, taking a nice inhale, and twisting open to the left side this time. So again, we want those hips in line with one another, flexing through that right foot, really engaging the glute, lifting that leg, spinning the chest open to the left side. Exhale, bring that left arm down to meet the right, and then folding over for that standing split. One more big inhale here. Exhale, step that foot back, bring the left foot to meet it, and then cycle through your vinyasa or meet up in down dog. All right, let's take a few breaths in that down dog. All right, again, you can drop down to a child's pose or grab a sip of water. From here, we are going to be moving into standing hand to big toe pose. So we've done that pose in a few different ways at the beginning of class with the strap, and then just now kind of in our half moon, revolved half moon, got that hand reaching down to the ground towards our toe. So we're going to take that same motion in a standing posture and challenge our balance a little bit. So go ahead and take a few breaths. When you're ready, we will meet back up in down dog. All right, let's take an inhale all together. Exhale, let it all out. One more deep breath in. Exhale it all out. All right, on your next inhale, lift that right leg up towards the sky for three-legged dog. Sweeping that foot through, stepping it next to your right thumb. And then from here, we're gonna do something a little different this time. Go ahead and shift your weight forward and starting to lift off through that left foot, putting as little pressure as possible into those toes, and see if you can lift that chest up off your thigh all the way up to warrior three. Take a big inhale, getting long, reaching the crown of your head forward, reaching back with that foot. All right, your next inhale, go ahead and bring that knee all the way through to standing. Little balance challenge here. All right, take a big inhale, lifting that crown of the head up towards the sky, getting along through that spine. And then from here, we're gonna go ahead and grab the left knee with the left hand, and we're gonna play around with a little hip mobility here. So go ahead and bring that left knee out towards the left side, and then back together towards the center. And if that's where you're at today, just continue to go through the next few motions with the knee. But then if you want a little bit more, you can take those peace sign fingers, grabbing that big toe, lifting up through your crown of your head and your chest, and then extending that left leg out in front of you. Make sure you're pulling back with those fingers and pulling that shoulder back into the shoulder socket as well. Kind of like we did earlier with that push-pull in the strap. And then when you're ready, you can go ahead and move that left leg out towards the left side of the room. And then moving it back through center. Take a big inhale, reaching up with that right hand this time, and then reach up and over, finding the pinky toe side of that foot, revolving over, opening the chest to the left side of the mat this time. Take a big inhale here, reaching the crown of the head towards the sky, opening up through that chest. Exhale. Your next inhale lifts you back up and over. Go ahead and just float that left foot for a quick minute. Releasing that down on your side. Great work, everyone. Take a big inhale, lifting those arms all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, swan dive forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Planting the hands, stepping back for plank pose, flowing through your vinyasa. All right, awesome work, everyone. Let's go ahead and try that on the other side this time. Take a big inhale, sweeping that left foot up for three-legged dog. Exhale, steps your left foot next to your left thumb. And then from here, again, see if you can start to shift your weight forward and off of that right foot, putting as little weight as possible into that big toe, lifting the chest off the thigh, and lifting up for warrior three. Take a big inhale, pressing the crown of your head forward, reaching back with that foot. Stay for the exhale. Your next inhale, bend that right knee and sweeps it all the way forward to standing. We'll stay here for a breath. Inhale, reaching that crown of the head all the way up towards the sky. Staying for that exhale. And then from here, again, with the knee, go ahead and grab your right knee with your right hand and begin to work on some hip mobility here. Opening that right knee out towards the right and back through center. Again, if that's where you're at, continue to grab at the knee, but if you want a little bit more, take those peace sign fingers, grab that big toe, and then straightening that leg out in front of you. Again, finding that push-pull action. Remember to pull back with that right arm. Lifting up through the crown of your head, proud chest. When you're ready, go ahead and extend that right leg out towards the right. Your next inhale brings you back towards center, lifting up and over with that left arm this time, grabbing the pinky toe side of the foot, reaching back with the right hand to revolve it. If you lose your grip, no worries, you can just meet us back up anytime. Inhale here, reaching forward with that foot, reaching back with that right hand. All right, your next inhale brings you up and over. See if you can float that right leg for a quick sec. Dropping that right leg back down. Great work, everyone. Inhale, take a big reach forward with those hands. Exhale, swan dive forward, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant those hands. Step back for a plank pose and cycle through your last vinyasa for class. All right, meeting up and down dog. We're gonna start to cool it down here. Go ahead and drop your knees down to the mat. We're gonna go drop down all the way to our belly, so bring your chest and chin down, sweeping all the way through for a baby cobra. And then go ahead and relax that forehead down on the mat. Taking a breather here for a couple of breaths. All right, we are gonna set up variation, up to you. You can bring those arms along your side for a traditional locust or stretch them out in front of you for a Superman. We're going to start by pressing those feet into the mat, starting to lift the kneecaps up off the mat. And on your next inhale, lifting the chest, the feet, the hands to float. Feel like pressing your hips into the mat, engaging that low back to lift the chest and feet. Stay for another big inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, release that down onto the mat. We are going to take one more locust, Superman, or you can choose bow this time. For bow pose, you can bend your legs, bringing those feet in towards your glutes, reaching your hands back around to grab at the ankles, bringing those thighs parallel to one another. On your inhale, pressing those hips into the ground, lifting the chest, pressing the ankles into your hands. Finding that push-pull action with the feet and hands again for bow pose. One more inhale here. Exhale, release that all down. We'll stay for another breath here. And then when you're ready, we'll shift those hips up and all the way back, finding a child's pose. So knees wide, chest and belly dropping through the center, pressing those hips back towards your heels. And take a couple breaths here. Your chest up, walk those hands back towards your knees, and then we're going to sweep those feet around towards the front, do a couple of forward folds. So again, extending those feet all the way out in front of you, flexing your toes up towards the sky. You can find a slight knee bend, and then tilting at the pelvis, begin to fold forward. Walking those hands out along your sides. And when you've reached a good spot, go ahead and relax your head and your neck. And we'll take a few breaths here in forward fold. One more big inhale. Exhale. Your next inhale, go ahead and lift your chest up, and then we're going to open those legs up to a wide leg fold. I'll face the side of my mat here, flexing those feet up towards the sky. Take a big inhale, reaching the crown of your head up. Exhale again, hinging at the hips, rolling forward for a wide leg forward fold. Let's take one more inhale all together. And exhale. And then inhale, walking those hands back up through center. Go ahead and bring your right hand in front of your right thigh. And then we're going to reach that left arm up and over. Finding a nice stretch along that left side body. You can use your right elbow to press your inner thigh away, spinning that chest open, looking up towards the sky. The goal here is to continue to reach up and over to your right. If it's in your practice to go ahead and reach your right toe, you can do that as well. The goal here is really just to reach up and over and find a nice stretch on that left side body. One more big inhale here. Exhale. And then inhale brings us up through center. We'll go ahead and switch those arms out. Inhale, reaching that right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, hinging over to the left, reaching left. Again, you can use that left elbow to press into your left inner thigh. Spin that chest open. Nice stretch on the right side body this time. All right, inhaling it back up through center. Go ahead and bring those knees back in towards center. We're gonna take a few rocks on our back, meeting up, laying on our backs. Right back where we started. Go ahead and reach out those fingertips along in front of you. Getting long fingertip to toe tip. Exhale, bring those knees in towards your chest. You can rock those knees side to side a little bit, releasing some of that tension in your low back. And then when you're ready, you'll go ahead and plant those feet, set up for a couple of bridge poses. So bringing those heels in towards your glutes, making sure that low back is pressing firmly in the mat, pressing those shoulders into the mat. Take a big inhale here. Exhale, pressing those hips up towards the sky. Pressing that chest towards your chin. Finding length across those hip flexors. Exhale, lower that down. We'll do one more bridge pose here. So when you're ready, go ahead and press those hips back up, pressing that chest towards your chin, pressing those knees towards your feet. One more big inhale here. Exhale, lower it all down. All right, we're gonna get into some hip stretches here. So go ahead and take an inhale, lifting that right leg up towards the sky. And then we'll cross that right leg over the left. And then you can take that right hand here and begin to press that right thigh open, opening up through those hips. And then if you need a little bit more, you can go ahead and bring that left thigh towards your chest, grabbing behind that left thigh, using that right elbow to continue to press that right leg away. Make sure you're continuing to flex through both of your feet. Should feel a nice stretch across that right outer hip and glute. Got a lot of hip and glute work today in those half moons. This should feel really good. All right, one more big inhale here. Exhale, release that left foot down, bring the right foot to meet it, and we'll go ahead and set up for the other side. Take a big inhale, lifting that left foot up towards the sky, crossing it over your right, and take that left hand here and press the left thigh away. And then when you're ready, bringing that right knee towards your chest this time. Using that elbow to press your left thigh away. Flexing through both feet. You can rock side to side here too, find a little movement. All right, one more big inhale here. Exhale, bring that right foot down, the left foot to meet it. We'll go ahead and take another stretch out long. Fingertip to toe tip. And then from here, we'll bring that right knee in towards our chest. Give it a little squeeze. Bring that knee over to our right shoulder. And then we're just gonna roll over to our left side, bringing that knee all the way over to the left side of the mat for a supine twist. You can cactus or goal post your arms and gaze over to the right. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Inhale all together and exhale. Inhale, bring that right knee towards center. We'll go ahead and swap those legs out, stretching that right leg long. Bringing that left knee towards your chest. And then opening that left knee out towards your armpit. Take a big inhale here, and then exhale, bring that knee over to the right, opening up through, or gazes over to the left. You can cactus or gold pose that arm. Finding some length across that side body. All right. Your next inhale brings that knee back in towards center. Go ahead and bring that left leg long to meet the right. And then we'll bring those knees back in towards our chest. And then from here you can find a happy baby. You can grab your big toes with your peace sign fingers, or grab the pinky toe side of your foot. Really pulling that foot down towards your chest, opening up through that inner thighs. Make sure your low back is pressing into the mat. And then if you want, you can take a half happy baby and stretch out the left leg. And then go on the other side, get the right. Or you can do both all together. For a wide leg happy baby. Let's take one more breath in that happy baby. Take a big inhale here. And exhale. Okay, go ahead and bring those legs out long in front of you. Bringing those heels to the outer edges of your mat. Laying those arms along your sides for Shavasana pose. And you are welcome to stay in Shavasana for as long as you like. We are going to close out our practice here today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in another class.